What's up, tribe? Thank you for being here and welcome to my channel. This will be a pick a card reading. We're going to use the Barbieri's Zodiac Oracle along with the Enchanted Map Oracle cards for this reading. And I'm using the planets to indicate what your desire is, what your need or the desire that you wish to fulfill is. And I'm using the signs to represent how you're being advised to do it. And then I'm using the elements to represent the energy that you would most benefit from bringing into the situation. So, that being said, this is a new format. I'm hoping it makes sense. Sometimes the star sign is water and the energy you're being asked to bring is fire. Don't let that confuse you, and take what you will from the advice. All elements are beneficial. It's just recognizing when to use which. So I'll see you at your timestamp. I'll leave the timestamps in the comments and I'll see you at your reading. Welcome back and thank you for joining me. If you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. The planet will represent the desire you wish to manifest or what you'd like to express more of. The sign is how you do it, and the element is the energy you'd benefit from bringing more into the situation or embodying more of. And these cards are helping me understand this desire a little bit more. So with the mountain there, so Mars is telling me that Mars being associated with the god of war, and Mars representing some very powerful drives such as competitiveness, assertiveness, and aggression, issues about courage, confidence, passion, and strength are also part of Mars' domain. And with the mountain coming up next to express more of that desire, and the mountain saying that you have the capacity to flow around any obstacle, this is the time to adapt. Sometimes you'll come across what appears to be an insurmountable obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. You might think that climbing it or chiseling away at it is the answer. But why take such a treacherous, tedious approach? Be like the rivers that flow around mountains naturally. You'll move past this obstacle relatively quickly if you choose the easy way around. This is the time to adapt to your circumstances. If you do decide to climb, remember to take one step at a time, opting for the next right action. And this is blowing my mind a little bit, because how you do it is Pisces, and Pisces is the fish. What do fish do? They swim, they flow with the ocean. And so you're wanting to come out of this mountain and make a choice to have the courage to do something as dangerous as walking on a rope. But this is saying it's not about chiseling it. Oh, I love his abs. It's not about chiseling away, although if you want to do that, you can do that too, because the result is good. But flowing around it is much easier. And the fire, it's like Yesterday I was watching a reading from Santaro, and she was talking about you just having had it with the universe, and you're like, I've done everything, like I've done all my chores, universe. I took care of myself, I took care of others. I'm the embodiment of four elements. I'm the empress, I'm the temperance, I learned patience, I did it. So like, where is my wish? I asked you for this one little thing. So for me, this fire card is you going like, now daddy. but before but before you go snapping your finger at the universe, well, first of all, don't tell it I sent you. But if you do go and snap your finger at the universe, make sure that you have done your chores, that you've understood all the elements and you understood how to use them. I'm just saying. You didn't see me, you didn't hear from me, but that's what that's what her reading was about. It was about you stepping up and saying, "Where is it? Where is it? I've been asking for it for such a long time. Where is it?" And the universe is saying, "Well, you couldn't have gotten it earlier. We couldn't hear you earlier because your resonance, your frequency, you weren't where you're meant to be to ask or to receive, rather." So the how is what the Pisces card is telling us, which is that the intuitive energy of water flows and flows and flows through the changeable of mutable quality. This is creativity and psychic insight available. And now this is the second time they're talking about to get that courage, flow. So, I'm not trying to rhyme, I promise. Maybe a little bit. Okay, so this is creativity and psychic insights available, probably hidden in plain sight. The key phrase, I believe, means that you do believe that the answers are out there and that you, by paying attention, as only you can, will find them. In this situation, ask, how can I tap into the compassionate heart of the universe? Listen and see with your heart. Pisces energy is very aware of the unseen currents in the world, including the emotions of others. This can be overwhelming. Employ simple energetic protection techniques and avoid distraction, escapism. And I'd say that this would look a little bit like you're escaping, going into that cave there. But I think the advice is to have the courage. You have to let down this guard, let down the shield, and be more like Pisces, open to feeling the energy of others and being aware of the unseen currents, being aware of what's not being said, but what's the underlying emotion behind what's being said. And it's like that Brene Brown's talk about vulnerability, and that it was the one factor that the happiest of people had. Because when you shield yourself, when you go into that cave, you block all emotions, good and bad. But to feel the elation of the higher emotions, you must be vulnerable enough to feel all of them. So what the fire card is also saying is that powerful, focused, and intense. The energy of fire burns brightly and moves quickly. Passion, drive, the desire to create. Strong and sometimes scary emotions like anger are fueled by fire. It both destroys and purifies, which seems in opposition to the desire to create, but really is part of the creative process. Bring the quality of fire to a situation by taking action and doing what needs to be done. Being courageous by saying or doing something scary, but essential, that needs expression. Being focused and determined to see something through to the end, or honoring and following your passion. This looks scary to me, and yeah, I'd call this a little scary, and you would need some courage to do that. So I think that's all I have for you. Group number 1, if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up for me. Share, subscribe, and until next time, much love. Bye for now. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me. If you chose group 2, then this is your reading. We started off with Mars. I'm using the planets to indicate what you're wishing to express, as well as a need or desire that you have or want to fulfill. So with Mars, that just came up for the last group, it made me look up Mars, and apparently Mars is the closest to Earth for July and August, if that's when you're watching it. And since 2003, I believe, it's been the closest to Earth that it has been for thousands of years. So with the Earth there, and with them talking about some alignment that aligns the Earth between Mars and the Sun, I'm not quite sure what that's about, as I'm not an astrologer. However, if that interests you, you may want to take a look at that. But I will tell you that Mars is associated with Mars, the god of war. Mars represents some very powerful drivers such as competitiveness, assertiveness, and aggression. Issues about courage, confidence, passion, and strength also are part of Mars's domain. So what I'm getting is, with the goblins, the 10 of water, and the 4 of water, these 3 cards are expressing more of this desire that you have. They're telling me a little bit more of this desire. And so with the goblins that talk about fear, they say, this card says, fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. It says goblins are born when you're wounded, and something essential is lost in that experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you are unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. Is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. The goblin's message is that you must release resentments and negative self-talk. Within you is the spark of the divine. Ask Spirit to help heal you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of negativity. And so with the 10 of water and the 4 of water, your desire is to come out of this dark forest with the goblins and get into your 10 of water energy. 10 of water is the 10 of cups. 10 of water is absolute emotional fulfillment. feeling so full of love and joy, it's pouring out of you, and you have a lot to share with others. Notice how these pearls are like what she's holding now. And so I'm getting with that is that you want to have enough to offer to somebody else. You want to have enough love for you to offer it. The pearls for me represent not only love, not only unconditional love and protection, but they also resemble wisdom. And so you would like enough emotional fulfillment to be able to offer it to others. And the advice here is, so the Aries, which is the star sign, is the how. How do you get there? The Aries, a fire sign, cardinal, key phrase, I am. It's the first of the star signs. And the dynamic energy of fire blends with the cardinal can-do quality and advocates taking action, taking charge, take risks, take control. The key phrase I am means that the motivation is centered on the self. In this situation, ask, how does this benefit or affect me? Whatever you do, do it with as much energy as you can muster. The energy of Aries can be really self-involved. While paying attention to your own best interest can be a good thing, it's easy to get caught up in that track and lose sight of the larger situation. Avoid selfishness. So your wish is to be more assertive, and the advice is yes, take charge, take action, go for it. However, pay attention to the situation and ask, is this a benefit to me alone, or is this in the highest good of all involved? And the energy you bring to manifest this wish, this desire, is earth. And I'm drawn to the fact that they look like a couple. Look, don't they look like they belong together? She has a butterfly and he has a shield, but there's just something about these two cards. And the fact that they're both a number 8, 8, 8. And we just came out of the 88 portal. So I don't know the significance of that. 8 is infinite possibilities. But for me, 8 is also, it's also yin yang, is also, the infinite loop of energy exchange. And so let's see what the earth tells us. The earth is gonna come, or is it not? Someday he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. And when he comes my way, I'll do my best to make him stay. He'll look at me and smile, I'll understand, and in a little while, he'll take my hand. And though it seems absurd, I know we both won't say a word. I don't know where that came from, but there you go. Earth, stable, secure, and abundant. The energy of earth nurtures life and promotes long, leisurely pleasures. The things we need, the things we want, and the material and temporal things we value are expressed here. the acquiring and distribution of resources at the center of earth energy. Bring the quality of earth to a situation through generosity of your material goods. Oh, this is the second time they're saying be less selfish. Somebody needs to start sharing. Resources and time. So it says through generosity of your material goods, resources and time. The earth is slow and sure. So take an unhurried, calm approach and avoid sudden or unexpected actions. Create a calm place in the center of chaotic energy. Wow. So Mars, your desire might be to move with force, to charge, especially with Aries there as well. It talks about the same thing. They just charge, they take action, they move. They're a fire sign, and fire signs, they go after what they want, basically. And this is saying calm down, it's no hurry. Matthias De Stefano's blog just told us that we're doing we're doing this for 144 times until we get all aspects of it. Basically, we're doing all the. It's hard to explain, but I'll just leave the explanation to him. I don't know why I even went there, but just know that we're here for a while. We'll be here, so there's no rush. Take your time. Take it easy. Take it easy. We're taking it slow. I'd also recommend Deborah Silverman's work. She has a book called The Missing Element, and it shows you what you need to do if you are missing an element in your chart. Like, I don't have any earth in my chart, so I have to make sure to go and earth, earthing is just walking barefoot on the ground. I'm also being encouraged to have a routine habit, like do the same thing every day to create that stability, to create a little bit of to create a steadier rhythm in my life. To get more connected to the earth, more grounded. To understand more of what I was talking about when I said we'd be here, no rush, check out my video titled I Am the Path, reverberating Matthias De Stefano's education. And that's all I have for you, group 2, if you enjoyed the reading, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and until next time, stay safe. Bye for now. Welcome back, and thank you for being here. If you chose pile 3, then this is your reading. I'm using the planets to indicate or represent the desire that you wish to fulfill, and I'm using the star sign. This is the planet, and you got Venus. The how is the star sign, and we have Cancer. And then the element that you would most benefit from bringing to the situation, the energy that you would the energy that you are advised to bring into the situation to help resolve it. And so I'm getting from Venus. Venus is associated with Venus, the goddess of love, fertility, and beauty. Venus is all about what you value, such as money and possessions, but also your ideals, love, relationships, and partnerships are also indicated if the Venus card is revealed. And I'm not sure what it is, whether it's love or money or love of money. However, this is something that really makes you happy with the sun here. These three cards are telling me a little more about this desire of yours. And so you would like to make a choice in discerning what sun is going to give you life and what sun is going to scorch you. And you'd like clarity on that. And let me read both the make a choice and the details card for you, because the sun is quite self-explanatory, so we don't need to go there. But the making a choice says you're required to come to a decision now. You're faced with a dilemma or a fork in the road and must make a conscious choice regarding the next right action. Whatever that choice is, you must take responsibility for it. Yet you needn't be afraid. You may not have all the answers right now, because the way ahead can't be known until you've embarked and traveled a few steps. Trust your intuition. Ask for a sign from spirit and you will be led to the right path. If you remain conscious and aware, your choice will be the right one at this time. Life is always about learning. Success lies in choosing consciously, guided by intuition and spirit. The details card says the most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest details. Pay attention. This is the time to be aware of all fine prints in all areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project. Make small but meaningful gestures or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after, when it's too late. Clarity and transparency are key. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal the larger picture. And I would recommend you read Robert Greene's book, The 40 Laws of Human Interaction. I'm gonna leave it in the comments. I'm gonna leave a link to it in the comments. So, Cancer. So the how you make this choice or manifest this luxury, love, abundance that you seek is by embodying the Cancer energy. The Cancer is a water cardinal sign. The key phrase for Cancer is I feel. So the sensitive energy of water finds strength and direction through the cardinal take charge quality and reminds you that emotional intelligence plays a huge role in shaping relationships and life. The key phrase I feel means that motivation comes from your emotions. In this situation, ask what feels right. Take the emotional temperature of the situation before acting. Feelings are complicated things. We often confuse our actual emotions with the stories we tell ourselves about those emotions. Those stories can distract us from the actual feeling. Avoid emotional manipulation for yourself and others. And you're lucky because last night, Matthias De Stefano was talking about just that. He was talking about how the state of our soul, our magnetical field, if you will, receives the information, receives whatever information it may be, and it translates it. The magnetical field, that our state is the translator of those emotions. So if we are in a low vibrational state, we translate whatever fact, whatever data we get into anger. However, if we are in a higher state, it could be frustration, or it could be inconvenience, or whatever it is. It all depends on our perception of whatever it is that's coming into our field. So when we can handle our own emotions, we can't be moved from the outside. And when we can achieve this, when we can handle our own emotions, we accomplish being in a neutral state. And don't we know how valuable that is now? If you didn't know it before, I'm sure you know it now. It is an accomplishment it's the biggest accomplishment. Emotional intelligence far surpasses any other kind of intelligence. You could be the most intellectual being, but by not being able to handle your emotions, you could be played like a, what is that called? What's that thing called? I can't think of it now. But anyway, but you can be manipulated easily if you don't have a hold on your emotions. And he says, use your emotions as fuel. So when you understand the mechanism of how our emotions work, the practice is just feeling. You just feel the emotions. You don't judge them, you don't fight them, you don't control them. You just let them be. Because you've already set the dial, you've already set the tone in your magnetical field. It's a field of acceptance of whatever, come what may, basically. So the air, what does the air have to tell us? The air, my friends, what the air has to tell us is the air, crisp, ethereal, and decisive. The energy of air fuels the winds of truth and whispers grand insights. Clarity and truth, oh my God. There we go again with the clarity. I mean, it's magnified in this card. And so, clarity and truth are supported by rationality, reason, common sense, and logic. Air energy breaks stalemates and stagnation through wise decision making and mutual understanding. There we go with the decision making again. I'm right on point. I love it when I'm on point. All right. And mutual understanding. Neutrality. Air energy breaks stalemates and stagnation through wise decision making and mutual understanding. Bring the quality of air to a situation by seeing things as clearly and objectively as possible. Focus on the facts and not the stories we like to attach to the facts. Truth, calm, communication, comprehending the points of view of others, and promoting understanding of all sides. I kind of want to clap for myself there because I think I did a very good job. If you If you share my opinion, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and until next time, I'm sending you much, much love. Bye for now.